Maybe we got karma on, like, some sort of, you know, I don't know. Maybe he's, like, backed against the wall a little bit, so maybe he'll be a little less of a jerk. Or maybe he'll be more of a jerk. I think he's gonna be more of a jerk. I don't know how he can be more of a jerk, though. Honestly, I don't. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. Prediction? Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I will call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Yep. It is. Witness, state your profession. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep. Yup, it was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is.
Objection!
Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Well, I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. No. No, you can go suck it. I just want to stand here and like sit for 3 minutes while the trial doesn't end. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Well, what do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony, then, shall we? Witness? The night of the murder. Has it been 3 minutes yet? It was the night of the 24th after the midnight. Yup. I don't know how to voice this guy. Like, he's an old guy. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yup. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yup. He's got brain damage. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There's nothing to question my witness testimony, ergo no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright? What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay, the answer is more of a jerk. He's more of a jerk. I think if he loses, his brain is gonna explode. And the courtroom is gonna be full of blood and brain matter everywhere, and we're gonna have to clean it up. How did he know? Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today.
Objection.
I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Yeah. Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did, yup. We're not done yet. The parent might testify. You see, continue. I was in the restaurant where I rimp oats as usual. I'm pressing everything. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for the court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what is not good enough? Your Honor, Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. And then I heard a bang, yup. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the Leica figure. Are you certain? Yup. Good, continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly, but I figured there were 2 men out there. Yup. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yup. At the time, it was, that is. At the time. Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yup. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by the window. By your window? Yup, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And you could see the man's face. Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. We know what he's gonna say. The man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said, I can't believe he's dead. He was walking by too. Witness, are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him! That Edgeworth boy! Oh, he just fell down. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into a cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial will be over.
Objection!
Your Honor, you proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints off after he fired. Are you ignoring the truth of the matter here? Everyone in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do here? Raise another objection? Objection! Your Honor! This witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead," but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie, Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I don't like this guy. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. Did we screw up? The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Did we lose? What? Wait! Who is that just now? Me, huh? What? Larry? It's Larry! Well, what are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me, because my name is Larry Butts. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Yesterday? Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard the gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. And I got my thumb up because I'm a weirdo. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right, okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. The judge is fed up with Karma too. Karma played played his cards wrong. That 3 minutes thing, I think, pissed off the judge. I think that 3 minutes thing's pissed off the judge. His ego is like... It's floating up in space. It's so far out there. Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you in the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night. Yes. He said he went out looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah? Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Tell me! Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? That's a good question. Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right? Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance. Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. Yeah. In other words, he basically feeds the evidence and prepares the witness to lie on the stand and all that stuff. So basically, he gets his verdicts because he prepares the witnesses to lie and he modifies the evidence to fit his case. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15. 15! Everything's on Larry now. December 27th, 10:35, District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Karma's like, But Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Why can't I call witnesses? Like, I'm the defense. Why can't the defense call witnesses? Huh? I'm not able to call any witnesses, am I? The night of the murder. That night I was out on a boat, in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake and I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single shot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go back. There's nowhere to go but forward. That night, I was out on the boat on the lake. I'm gonna press it. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There are so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, first of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By the time everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something that I found it. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for was irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figured I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12 o'clock, i.e. midnight. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see any boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was really foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. So after I heard the single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick. That was pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Okay, we gotta present some evidence, apparently. So we present the, I guess we present the testimony. It contradicts this testimony.
Objection!
Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang. You sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention to all that? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. You gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts, what? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? That's a thinking face right there. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How can you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order. Stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? What, that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue his testimony? Let's continue it. Your Honor. Please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Ah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony. Be sure to include these details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to All Request show on the radio, you see. I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from his radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, he's a judge. DJ? I want to know what the radio show was. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. What? The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Bus, how loud was your radio set to that night? I was listening to it at a really booming loud, like... Real booming loud? Yeah, you know... And he had the headphones on. Yup. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. What did he say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask him? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when he said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. That means it was before midnight. Are you sure? Of course I am. She's had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure. It did help us. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there's one gleam. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Okay. We have evidence. Just after midnight. This says just after midnight. I feel like we should present this. Did they just drive to Home Depot and ask all the randos sitting outside if someone would like to be a judge for a day? Well, at least this judge, like, stood up to Von Karma and was like, got upset with him. I mean, we gotta be thankful for that.
Objection!
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, you're trying to scare me. You better know I don't scare that easily. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Look at that. That's the whoa! Something good is happening. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim that he heard a gunshot before midnight? Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard the gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. I do. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. We have the gun, which fired 3 times!
Take that!
This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. I tried to present this yesterday, and it didn't work. And I was a little bit upset that it didn't work, because I noticed this yesterday, and now suddenly we can present it, so. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now I realize the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies. Bah, you wasted your time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have any proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things? I think I do. And I think it's right here. Yes, I do. It's this picture right here, taken at 11:50 p.m., which shows an empty lake.
Take that!
Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh, yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Ah. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, This leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50 after another 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think quick of something. I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in this case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is it this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We've got nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk. So, you've finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Oh, there he goes. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0015, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat were. Edgeworth was definitely there. I'll say Edgeworth in the murder. Of course, it was Edgeworth in the murder. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right. It's... I don't know. A lot of heart. Is that an achievement? I think that might be an achievement, so we might want to pick it, even if it's not the right answer. Because heck, if we can get an achievement right now, we might as well, right? No, it's not an achievement. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond, the caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this murder was not the boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Showed the judge where the murder really took place. At the boathouse.
Take that!
Here, of course, the boathouse, the boat shop where he lives. That way, he could meet the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection.
You have proof that the boathouse was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that everyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first shot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before, the boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we were waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edwards, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hey, it's Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes? Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I cannot say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I asked you to remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He wasn't at the boat shop, either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We can't allow him to get away. Ooh. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. I feel like Karma's gonna threaten us now. Do you think Karma's gonna threaten us? Or be mad at us? Or otherwise argue with us and be a jerk? Outside the, in the, well, this is the defendant lobby, so maybe not. Maybe we have our own lobby? I don't know. Do we have our own lobby? Like, does the defense have a lobby and the prosecution has a lobby that is, like, separated? I don't know. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah, well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony, still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. I'm sorry. Well, he taunts us in court, so I assume he taunts us outside of court too. But I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's about the DL6 incident, obviously. It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. Well, I'm your lawyer, so right now. So now's the best time to tell me, actually. I don't know if attorney-client privilege exists in this defense system, but it seems like it should. A crime you committed. A memory of a murder. To be continued.